Welcome to the video introduction for the X6 brush pack from AdvancedTshirts.com. We're calling this the X6 brush pack because we recommend that you only use it with CorelDRAW X6. These are very highly detailed brushes with a lot of objects. They process very well in CorelDRAW X6, but they're going to be very slow back in X5, X4, and X3. Because of some of the speed enhancements and improvements that we have in CorelDRAW X6, we're able to create some details in these brushes that we haven't been able to put in previous brushes. I want to take a look at just a couple of these brushes here to introduce you to this new pack. And this was also the brushes that came from the former X6 content pack that was discontinued when we stopped selling the CorelDRAW X6 upgrade. So if you have the CorelDRAW X6 content pack, you already have these brushes, just to clarify that. Come in here and zoom in on this chopper design, and I want to take a look at just adding a nice flame effect to this. So I'm going to come over here to my artistic media tool. I'm going to come over here and browse to my flames artists, and then I'm going to go ahead and select OK. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to select one of these flames. Go ahead and go with this one right here, and I'm just going to start adding a nice flame stroke going right up through the tire here into the chopper. Now you can see that these have transparency and they have a very realistic look to them. When you start stroking them on top of each other and forming them around your designs, they create a very realistic high-end flame effect or look. You can go ahead and bring the size of these up, and I'll just bring this up a little bit here, right to about there. Then I'll go ahead and I can get some more flames here, and I'll just go ahead and left click, and we can just bring this right up along the bike here, and you can see the effect that we're starting to get with a very realistic transparent flame look with some details that we weren't really able to put together in some of the previous packs that we were working with in Draw. And I just want to left click and kind of move this over here just to shape it a little bit. And I'll bring this back down here this way. Left click and pull this down in here behind the flame or behind the tire. I'll left click and move that there, and I'll just bring this here, and I'm just going to move and tweak this flame right in here just around the bike here, and you can see the effect that we're starting to get there. And I could tweak this in a whole bunch more if I wanted to. Now I've got a node there that I want to get rid of, and that'd be that one right there. And just bring this right up into the bike here, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring this node over here just a little bit. And I'll actually go ahead and get rid of this node here, and that'll just flow right up there. Now I can come up here and select this node here. I want to make sure I get that selected. And I do. And that's another node that I actually probably want to delete. No, that's not. That's a good one there. But you can see, looking at those flames, how realistic they're looking, starting to flow up around that tire. Now I could go ahead and flow these around the entire design. It'd take me about 5 or 10 minutes to do that, and I don't want to do that here in the introduction video. But that's just some of the flame look that we have, and you can create very realistic flames with that particular set of brushes. Now here we've got a senior class 2013 design, very basic text design. But sometimes we want to be able to take these designs and very easily dress them up and add effects and things to them with brushes. We've got some watercolor brushes in here. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here to the watercolor, transparent watercolor right here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these brushes here, and I'll go ahead and grab, let's go ahead and take a look at this one here. I'm just going to left click, hold down, and make a stroke here. And you can see that this actually has a texture built into the stroke. So now we've got our brushes functioning with textures, and we can get very realistic looking painted looks with these strokes. And we can make very nice effects for our designs. Like I can go over this senior design here and just put a whole bunch of brush strokes around. And I could put those in the background as an effect. Or I could do something like, I'll go ahead and select all of these here. And I'm just going to move this off to one side. Go ahead and right click, hold down, release, and I'll select power clip inside. Now my brush strokes are inside of my power clip. I'm going to go ahead and go to edit power clip here, and I can just go ahead and lasso these and just kind of spread them around in here a little bit, some over here, put some over there, and start to build out a really interesting brush effect. I'll go ahead and left click and select all of these, and I'm just going to right click here, left click, and fill all those brushes with a blue color. And I think I want to have one of these brushes duplicated down here just on the corner of the S right there. And I'll come down here and click on Finish Editing Power Clip. I'm going to fill that with a white, and you can see the effect you're going to get. Now this looks very much like the designs you're seeing on the retail shelves. And when you start working with these artistic looks, you're really dressing up your designs based on what's popular in the market today. Big difference between just a standard text design and something that's got some nice effects built into it. Over here we've got one last design. I want to take a look at one other set of brushes here. We have another set of brushes here called, I believe it's Extruded Stars. I want to come up here, yep, Extruded Stars, select OK. A real 3D type of brush here. And I'm going to go ahead and select this one here, and I'll just left click here, hold down, and I'm just going to create a stroke that goes right up through here. Now you can see what happened there. I want to go ahead and change the size of this brush. I think up to about, I probably want to go about 3.5, and I'll just hit enter right there. And you can see how these have a tilted 3D extruded look to them, even the drop shadow for the details. And they can create a really nice design effects, especially for your sports designs and things like that. And you can shape them right to your design. You can see literally here, just working with these brushes in a matter of minutes, I'm going through a number of different designs, creating some really nice effects and looks to add pops to the designs to make them look like the type of designs that we're getting on the retail shelves, or to add very high-end effects to them. I can select both these, order, I'll go to in front of and click on the t-shirt. And you can see that once that's set up there, I can actually go ahead and take these and move them out a little bit. And you can get really interactive with these. You know, this star I don't really like having hidden behind the bat like that so much, so I can double click on this. I'll take this node here, and I can just pull this down, and you can see how this is literally shaped or formed to the shape of the shield, following that right up around up into the top of the design. I can pull this one up here a little bit there and set it up like that. And I want to zoom in here and see what I've got on this handle. It's a little bit crunched in there, and we don't want that. And you'll see this will change that. There we go. We've made that adjustment. Now we got a node here we probably want to get rid of. I'll go ahead and delete that. And you'll see sometimes where you have little areas in your brushes that aren't quite working, but if you just go in and clean up those nodes, then the design will start to work very nicely, or the brushes actually. I'll go ahead and delete this here. We can duplicate this again. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, well, maybe if I just bring this out this way a little bit, and I can actually go ahead and select this like an object also and reduce the size. And then we'll go ahead and duplicate this over here again. Hold down Control to mirror this, and we'll bring this brush over here, and we'll right click and we'll select order in front of. I want to go in front of and click on my t-shirt here, and we'll bring this over this way. Now you can see that that effect really adds a nice touch to that design, something that gives it more depth. And when you're doing design work, you really want to be able to work with effects and adding depth to your designs. Flat designs, and we can take a look at the before and after here. I'll go ahead and just hit Control X here, and then we'll hit Control Z and look at the difference in the design. I'll hit Shift Control Z and Control Z, and we're literally able to do that just in a matter of minutes setting these up. So go ahead and wrap here. This is our CorelDRAW X6 brush pack, and you can see here that we've got a number of different brushes available in this pack. We've got some really high-end barbed wire, we've got beveled stone shapes, we've got bones, chains, charcoal, pencil paint, cracks, extruded stars, and also our feathers. This feather pack is the most detailed feather pack we've ever done. We've got several different new flames, ropes, smoke streaks. We've got some snake skeletons in here, thorns, and we've got a transparent watercolor. So this pack is available at AdvancedTshirts.com. We'll go ahead and wrap here, and we'll see you in our next video.